Today we will be going over Nano Dimension stock analysis. We will look at what the company is really about and what this could mean for the future. Before we get into everything, I want to thank you all for 6 subscribers. If you do enjoy the video, then please hit the like button and subscribe. Nano Dimension is one of those stocks that is meant for long-term investment. It is the most hyped up penny stock right now. The reason why it got so popular is because ARK Invest is plowing a lot of money into the stock. ARK Invest is led by Cathie Wood, the same person that predicted Tesla would be worth around $7,000. If we look at Tesla stock pre-split, it would be worth around $4,000. It's still not at $7,000, but it still has risen a lot, and Cathie Wood was right about the stock. That's why a lot of people believe in Cathie's decision for investing in Nano Dimensions. I found a clip of Cathie talking about Nano Dimensions, explains her reasoning behind investing in this company.
Space. 3D printing has been held back by autos in particular and now aerospace, but we think crisis creates opportunity and that it is going to accelerate the demand for 3D printing.
Where are we on 3D printing? Because 10 years ago, it was such a huge thing. I did so many stories on it, and we had a major problem 10 years ago. There was nothing to invest in. You know, you mentioned about Teradyne and the robotics firm, small part of their revenues. There was almost no pure play. Well, there was Stratasys, but there weren't many back then. And yet the news on it has kind of died down. I have friends that are in the old car business. They like buying muscle cars from the 60s and the 70s. And apparently it's a revolution. You can now buy 1969 Camaro parts that are essentially made in 3D printed. You can buy carburetors or things like that. This is what I am told. And so it's transformed that business, it seemed. But how is it changing industry? Is it really going to break through now?
Yes, it is. And you ask where it is, it's in the valley of despair. Many stocks are down 80 to 90% from their highs because their focus was on the consumer space and not on the industrial space. Aerospace, aerospace companies like Boeing and Airbus, their gross margins are in the 15 to 20% range. 3D printing, now that the FAA is approving it, 3D printing can cut those costs by up to 90%, as well as lower the weight and form factors of the various parts in engines and shrink the number of parts. So aerospace, we think, given the turmoil and trouble it's in right now, it is going to seek out even more aggressively some of these new technologies that are going to help it get back to profitability.
And is this feasible now? I mean, I know, like I said before, my friends are telling me, like old cars, you can get 3D manufactured auto parts, but that's a big thing, big difference between that and a jet engine manufactured in 3D. Is this a feasible technology? Is it being used now for things like aerospace?
It is absolutely feasible. There was a showstopper there for a while. The FAA was very concerned and needed to scrutinize every part, every material, but now it is seeing proof of concept and has become much more accepting of 3D printing. It sees the stress that aerospace companies are under. And so I think we're going to see a lot more approvals of different materials and a lot more companies starting to service the aerospace world. The other area that 3D printing has changed completely is in the medical space, hearing aids. I think 95% of all hearing aids in the world are 3D printed. Well, there are many medical many medical applications, ultimately hips and knees and, that are going to submit to 3D printing because 3D printing allows for such incredible customization. So it's perfect for the high value medical space, for aerospace and autos. And, autos and aerospace in real trouble. They are going to be turning to new technologies that are going to help them lower their costs, lower the fuel consumption in terms of weight, and ultimately create different form factors. When we go autonomous, we're going to see that some of us might want to take an autonomous vehicle from New York to Boston and be able to sleep in it, whereas others just want to get across town, and it can be a very much smaller, or across campus, it can be much smaller. So we think that entire autos ultimately will be 3D printed.
To recap what you said is that 3D printing is going to be a huge thing in the future. It is going to be used in the aerospace sector and robotics. It will also be used to build entire cars. Nano Dimension is basically bringing a huge revolution in medical space. There's so much hype around 3D printing, and I think anyone can understand why. Nano Dimension is sharing for around $9. I think today is going to be one of those red days. It is at a dip right now, and it's probably the best time to buy if you're looking for a long-term investment. Many people believe that the stock will be worth around $50 a share by the end of 2021. If it does, then it will be great for all investors. And comment hashtag NNMD below if you believe in the stock. This is all the news today. If you did find this video helpful, then please like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.